a march many of us can get behind in Spain. Madrid hosting the annual festive charity dog walk today, where dozens of owners and their dogs marched, as you can see here, demanding an end to animal mistreatment and abandonment. This year's event comes amid great controversy over an animal welfare bill proposal in Spain seeking to reduce the abandonment of dogs and cats. But hunting dogs will not be included after an amendment was tabled.
Such a pretty event there. Showcase of horses this morning in Burbank that will participate in the Tournament of Roses Parade Monday. The annual Equest Fest allows participants to get up close and personal with the equestrian units. The dance, perform, drills, trick riding, and roping. In addition to the horses, attendees were also treated to a vendor court, music, food, and drinks. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for watching CBS 2 News at 5. CBS 2 News at 6 starts right now.
Live from the CBS Broadcast Center in Los Angeles, this is CBS 2 News at 6 p.m.
What hurts me the most, he never had a chance to fight back.
Tonight, heartbreak for the family of a Riverside County Sheriff's deputy shot dead during a traffic stop. 32-year-old Isaiah Cordero was killed by a three-strikes felon, a career criminal, the sheriff says, who should have been locked up but was free to kill because the sheriff says a judge lowered his bail and he never showed up for sentencing in October. He was facing a mandatory 25 years to life sentence. Hi, everyone. I'm Susie Sa, in tonight for Pat Harvey. There is anger, grief, and disbelief over the murder of a Riverside County Sheriff's deputy, Isaiah Cordero. The 32-year-old motor officer lost his life during a traffic stop in Jurupa Valley. Tonight, CBS 2's Joy Benedict spoke with Cordero.
This neighbor doesn't want to show her face for fear of retaliation, but her security cameras caught the frantic scene that followed. Neighbors running out, the abandoned motorcycle, and the attempt by so many to save Cordero's life.
My wife, she was crying because we got kids of the same age, and it's really sad.
After the shooting, deputies say the shooter, convicted felon William Shea McKay, led officers on a high-speed chase that ended on the 15 freeway in Norco. McKay was killed in the shooting.
And what hurts me the most, profoundly, he never had a chance to fight back. Never had a chance.
Carlos Padilla is Deputy Cordero's uncle.
And it would tell me, Dio, these people have tinted windows. At night, I'm by myself. I don't know who's in the car. I don't know. I don't know if they're pointing a weapon at me.
And look what happened. The same thing he told me, and he predicted they took his life.
But what makes this deputy's death even more upsetting to so many is the fact that McKay should have been behind bars.
My nephew loved his job. But that same law that he swore to uphold with all his heart and all his might killed my nephew.
McKay was a three-strike felon. He was arrested in 1999 for an armed pursuit and served 3 years in prison. His second strike came in 2005 for robbery and assault. He served 13 years behind bars. Then in 2021, he was arrested after a police chase that resulted in a canine being stabbed by an accomplice. He was convicted of false imprisonment and criminal threats after kidnapping his girlfriend and tying her up, but he never got a chance to be sentenced to his third strike. After being convicted, the DA's office says his bail was lowered from $950,000 to $500,000, and he bailed out. McKay never showed up for his sentencing in October.
This animal should have never been on the street. He should have never, we know that. But this keeps repeating itself over and over and over again.
It's just heartbreaking knowing that I'm the only one left now. And I wish he can be here, but.
Just 2 weeks ago, murdered deputy Isaiah Cordero took the stage alongside his cousin David Padilla when Padilla was sworn in as a San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputy. Padilla says Cordero was the one who inspired him to join law enforcement.
I feel numb. I still don't want to believe it, but I have to face reality soon, and it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt.
Padilla says Cordero loved riding motorcycles and loved his job, and he says to honor his cousin, he will become the best deputy he can be. Meantime, Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco says Isaiah Cordero's dream was to be a motor officer. Earlier today, we spoke with a retired motor officer about the dangers of the job and what it's like to be, in his words, out there on your own.
It's always in the back of your mind when you're on that motorcycle that you don't know who's pulling up next to you. You go home mentally exhausted just from riding the motorcycle all day and thinking about what could happen.
And our coverage of the deadly deputy shooting continues tonight on CBS 2 News at 11, as well as on CBSLA.com and on our streaming service, CBS News Los Angeles. And now some breaking news. A pursuit of a reckless driver ends in a crash in Koreatown. Desmond Shaw live over the scene in Sky 2 with more now. Desmond.
Yeah, Susie, we are at the intersection of Vermont and James M. Wood in the Koreatown area. Fortunately, I don't think any innocent people were injured. Here is the offending vehicle right here. May have just maybe traded paint with a parked car or something like that, but 4 people got out of the vehicle and ran. As I widen out, you may see the spotlight from LAPD's helicopter overhead flying down pretty low. Looking for those 4 suspects. It was reckless driving that started the pursuit. Was not a very long one, but you see LAPD up here. They have a perimeter set up to lock down the area, looking for 4 people tonight at the end of this pursuit in Koreatown. Live in Sky 2 overhead, I'm Desmond Shaw. Susie, back to you in the studio.
All right, Desmond, thank you. 8 people in the hospital tonight after a fire ripped through an apartment in Alhambra. 3 of them are in critical condition. The fire started around 8:30 this morning on Electric Avenue south of Alhambra Road. CBS 2's Candace Crone spoke with neighbors who jumped into action to get that family out of their burning apartment.
So I just told them to bust the whole window open, so they busted the window open.
Neighbors jumped into action after a fire broke out inside this apartment building with a family of 7 inside. Firefighters were called to the 300 block